was disgusting. Oh my God, June. Oh.
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammates to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run-up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Phil is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and WaveRunners by the skin of their teeth. They're gonna be able to hold on.
And he played from horse. Holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Koi will quick scope heavy.
Not necessarily translate to the bottom plane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just getting such a map control here.
Team kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna try to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun in there, C1. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by teammates, and that's gonna be Hype Esport taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the K7 match night here on Wednesday. I'm Shifty, joined by Trevor over on the left side of your screen, as well as Kamika doing the production, making our jobs that much easier. And yes, throw up those 2 L's. Notice I said the left side of their screen, as currently that is correct, by the way, Trevor, as we have 2-0-3 teams. Bringing up the rear of the division, here is one team looking to change that tonight, as we have Team Hustle taking on the WaveRunners here, as the WaveRunners have dropped a brand new roster on us as well. Let's take a look at that leaderboard really quickly and see where we are at going into tonight. Trevor, how are you feeling for this match?
Man, I'm feeling really good. It's been a great day. Yeah, I was looking at the scores, actually, the lookout from the teams. We got a bunch of donuts, so I'm getting kind of hungry. But no, I'm excited for the match. Someone's going to get a win, so there's not going to be a donut on one of the sides. So it's either going to be WaveRunners or Team Hustle. So that's what we're going to see. Someone's going to win. That's how Call of Duty works. That's a typical hero breakdown there for you. I'm just saying things that we all know are true. So there's a look at the hashtag hero breakdowns, hashtag heroes torching, all of them. He does a lot of things bad. But yeah, so if we could go ahead and look at what do we want to look at? Shifty, you want to go to the maps?
Yeah, let's run through the best of 5 very quickly. Oh goodness, man, I hope you guys like Moscow and Raid, because that's all we got. Hard point on Moscow for the first time in a while that I've seen it anyways on a K7 stream. Then S&D on Moscow, followed by Control, Hard point, and S&D on Raid, should we need the last 2 maps. We are guaranteed 3 here, as let's take a look at that lookout that was mentioned by Trevor just a bit earlier, as again provided by DropShotStats. Let's take a look at this lookout here and see what the differences between these 2 teams are. Truthfully, pretty close as of current, but you need to bear in mind that the WaveRunners do have a new roster hyped, primed, and ready to go. Team Hustle is going to have their hands full, especially not taking a single map so far.
Yeah, and the WaveRunners new roster looks pretty nasty too, so that's going to be really nice. There we see all the donuts on the side of Team Hustle, and for WaveRunners, really, they did manage to pick up a hard point and a control with the old roster. But let's go ahead and look at that new one for WaveRunners. We can go ahead and run through that really quick. Man, this is a roster, bunch of studs right there. B Jimbo, Imrob, Thor, and that's actually not. It's going to be Vincenzo. Is who we're going to have in that 4th spot for WaveRunners.
Yeah, definitely a solid squad coming out for the side of WaveRunners, of course, dropping the entirety of their previous team of Tar Heel and company, who are now playing their way back into through the qualifiers that we talked about earlier in the 8 o'clock stream. So I'm sure we'll see some of the original WaveRunners roster work their way back into the league. But for now, this is your WaveRunners squad. Let's hop on board with Hustle and take a look at them. Defendant Erasto, Wish, and Uzi for the side of Team Hustle is again 0-3 currently in the series count. They're looking to change that tonight against this very, very talented new WaveRunners squad. And we have only 2 maps across all 5 game modes to play here. So hopefully they're confident on Moscow and Raid.
Yeah, it's all we're gonna. Hey, they're good maps. Moscow. I think this is the first time I'm actually going to cast it since we've had the changes to the map. So not as many of those little sneaky corners on the map. We are going to be able to see a little bit more straightforward. You'll notice the good maps are squarish. All the other ones that are weird are not good maps. Moscow looks a little bit more squared up now that they've taken off those things kind of at the spawn points for both teams. Interested to see kind of how that affects maybe some rotations, rotating to some of those hills, as it can be key. Maybe I'm thinking that P2 area that changes how things are played, kind of shutting down that road side coming into it, or even the road hardpoint. To be completely honest, all that little the backness of the map is going to be taken off, and you guys will see it as soon as we get in there with the mini map on the screen for you guys.
Absolutely. And that P2 rotation going to be so pivotal, especially with how far removed P3 is. So you need to ensure that not only do you steal some time on P1, but also ensure that you have the rotations for P2 and make sure that you rotate early enough for P3. It's definitely not an easy map to win consistently on, but one that is a tried and true test of textbook hardpoint.
Yeah, and it's something that you really like to see, especially especially with the shift back to 4v4 this year, just to kind of get back to the basics as like what needs to be done kind of thing. And you absolutely do just love to see it. I believe we're waiting on just one more player to get readied up so that we can get the game started for you guys. But Shifty, what about the whole GA situation last night? I know we saw some QBZs. I didn't get to see all the way the map earlier tonight. I was at work still. What did you see? What were some of the guns that people were running?
Well, so we saw a QBZ for part of the first map in the 8 o'clock match tonight. But honestly, he was getting toasted by a Krig on the opposite side. So we may not see it come out quite as often as some might think here tonight, especially if these players hit their grooves with their Krig. Let's see if that happens. But I think what we'll end up seeing is maybe some QBZs come out early, and then as the AR players tend to gravitate towards what gun they're going to want to use for the duration of the series, we may see a couple more QBZs come out, or maybe some Krigs, but no XM4s, according to the recent GAs.
Yeah, and kind of a cool thing. I saw a Garrison hardpoint last night, and the QBZ seemed to work. So it is kind of that little bit closer ranged AR, maybe a little more playmaker. Put it on a flex, it won't be bad. But I think the Krig just kind of shines through, just in terms of how it's a main AR. It is literally a main AR's gun. It's perfect. So as an update for you guys, the last player did join up. We'll be getting started in just a couple more seconds. But man, that 74U just kind of reigns supreme. All the ARs are getting G8, and that one's just, it's still there.
Absolutely. I mean, the AK-74 is clearly one of the best all-around weapons in the game, and I don't think it's even arguable, as I think the only other one that would have been arguable to take the lead from the AK-74 would have been the M4, especially depending on the map. But I like that you brought up the play style for the QBZ. We will see if that comes to fruition, as again, we have Moscow for the hard point in map number 1, and that Moscow going to be a map that definitely benefits from some close advantage gunfights. So being able, especially towards P1, P2, very, very tight-knit hard points, and God forbid, once we get all the way across to P4, over across by that the street area, it's definitely a cluster, and being able to win those up close and personal gunfights is going to be absolutely pivotal to either squad to try and propel themselves forward to 1-3 here in the league tonight. Again, can we show the leaderboard one more time, Kyle? I know we're about to load up into the game, but one reason that I want to bring this up is WaveRunners, realistically, they're not completely out of it yet. We've got plenty weeks to play. Same thing with Team Hustle. So we need to see one of these teams put their best foot forward and try to fight their way back up into that top 4 of Division A, as they're going to have to contend with some great teams, 2 of which we saw play earlier tonight, to try and get that position for the playoffs. And this is going to be the start of it for either Team Hustle or the WaveRunners.
Yeah, and since we're in week 4, I mean, WaveRunners, they have that new roster, that fresh look. They could go 7-3 if they win out, technically. So, I mean, there are those tougher squads at the top, looking at Heartbreakers and Monolithic. Yeah, so, I mean, it's possible that they're... I'm not sure exactly who they've played so far, so if they got bodied with the old roster by those top teams, that's like a win-win.
Absolutely.
Because, like, you've already played them. So
Starting
yeah, you just got to worry about the cross divisional things like that. But they have a really good chance. So don't count them out just because they're at that 0-3. This roster could be really good. And as we'll get to see right here on this Moscow Hardpoint.
Absolutely. The graphic loading up again. Welcome to Wednesday night match night here. The late night game for K7 as we have 2 0-3 squads battling it out to see who will take the first series win. So we'll be loading up now. And again, that WaveRunner squad over on your right. Let's see who comes victorious. This is map number 1 starting up right now. That P1 hardpoint going to be located directly in the middle of the map, but while this will be scrappy, those P2 rotations going to be oh so important. Hustle with the first, second, and the first entrance in Hill, and will steal 1 kill, immediately traded off by Vincenzo, and now WaveRunners in full control.
Yeah, Battle of the Donuts off to a really hot start as we see the contestants coming in. I mean, WaveRunners are going to want to try to flip the spawns because Team Hustle are going to have the spawns for second Hill, which can be really big. But, I mean, they're just going to fight for their life in order to keep these spawns. But in the meantime, WaveRunners is just soaking up some time. 20 points already on the first Hill, and Thor trying to bring down the hammer there in the back for the rotations. Able to get that kill. That's a really big kill because now he has his power position, can watch over for his team. You've already gotten 22 seconds. They can't get that many. And you potentially have spawns for next. At least you have the power position.
Absolutely. Well, this top PD area so important for the spawns, but Erasto erasing Thor off of the map there up in top PD. So the initial advantage will, at least for the moment, be mitigated as Defendant and Erasto taking matters into their own hands and will control top PD for the moment. Big kill onto Emrob, making a second onto Vincenzo, as now Defendant last alive, really the last line of defense here for Team Hustle for P2, as now his teammates spawning up back towards that escalator side, and we'd be pushing through office. Big gunfights here if they want to try and take P2.
Yeah, and Defendant just kind of, you saw him not be at the window. He was trying to almost make a pinch with his teammates as they pushed through there to shoot them in the back. And as you can see, it worked. Team Hustle has the break, about 20 seconds left. WaveRunners still has the lead, even if Team Hustle picks up all the time left on this P2. But we already kind of have a battle for rotations. Erasto, yeah, with the heads-up play, gets killed. Actually, by WaveRunners there. They did kind of have the numbers, but, I mean, there's already pressure here from Uzi. This is a battle for rotation, and right now it could go either way.
It was a big heads-up play from the side of Team Hustle to try and traverse across the map and ensure these P3 spawns, as we did have a player lag out. Now, we'll get word on what will happen, as it looks currently like they're going to continue to play 3v4, at least for the moment, is WaveRunners still not out of it yet, even with the current man disadvantage.
Yeah, that's going to be Imrob lagging out, I guess. It happens. Internet things, words. But I mean, honestly, for the side of WaveRunners, you have the point right now. You have control, and you're a man down. So this is really impressive. Team Hustle is going for the rotations for next over on that street side. A little bit different trying to take it than you've seen in the past with the map changes. But Thor right there in the bust, gets 2 but dies to the 3rd. That's really big for being down a man and being able to take 2 with you. So that's huge. But who was that? Wish there in the back, stopping that late rotation. WaveRunners kind of have to break it from the front, being a man down.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a tough position to say the least for the side of the WaveRunners. I'm still confused as to why we haven't ended the game quite yet. I guess that goes to show the confidence of this WaveRunners squad as they're continuing to play 3v4 and continuing to win while doing so, as Thor single-handedly control this P4 hill, at least for the moment, is 25 seconds and ticking down. Left at this hard point, Jimbo will fall after taking 2. That number disadvantage just so pivotal. I mean, because even if Jimbo picks up a multi-string kill there, I mean, there's just one more member always for the side of Team Hustle that's able to make that trade. But I mean, they're playing for the scrap time. And again, the numbers advantage going to play to the favor of Team Hustle as they will catch the rotations for the second set for P1 here.
Yeah, but something to point out, Defendant and Wish have 6 combined kills. The lowest amount of kills is Vincenzo for WaveRunners, and he has 10. So while you're down a man, you're killing more than they are, honestly. I mean, the slaying numbers are going to be pretty even not counting that 4th person. So that's absolutely crazy that we don't even have that number to count, and they're keeping up. Right now, we're going to see the tide turn. Team Hustle is going to get the points, and they're going to be up a little bit. So this is what you expect in kind of a 4v3 situation. We still kind of are waiting on confirmation as to what will happen. But if you're Team Hustle, don't lose to 3 guys on the map.
I mean, at this point, I think we have to continue playing it. I mean, neither team has reached 100 points yet, but we've played on for so long since the initial disconnect from MRob there for the side of the WaveRunners. So I agree with you. You can't be losing 3v4. That's definitely not a good look for the side of Team Hustle, but WaveRunners trying to potentially do the impossible here as P2 will pop up again for the second time on this map as Vincenzo will die after picking up 2 kills. Again, that numbers advantage really rearing its teeth as Thor now trying to break into P2 as well. Tough situation for the side of the WaveRunners.
Yeah, it really is tough because there's not much you could do about your teammate lagging out. I think if they lose the map, they have a case for a replay because it was like a 30-40 scoreline when he did lag out there. I didn't quite catch the exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure it was 30-40 with WaveRunners in the lead. So here we're going to have picking up the scrap time again. They're going to want all of that they can. Just kidding. There was a spawn in from Team Hustle. Team Hustle is going to pick up the scrap time and have a really good chance for rotation as it's just Vincenzo and a 1v4 at the new hill.
I mean, he will be able to take at least 1 kill there and wipe 1 off the map, but Uzi will get the benefactor of the positioning there over towards Elbow. And again, hardpoint will pop in favor of Team Hustle. And I mean, at this point, I think Team Hustle, I think they're going to take it. And this is almost a win by default here is they're now falling down by about 30 points, but MRob able to join back finally. Let's see if the WaveRunners can bring this game back. What a prime time to join as Team Hustle has yet to eclipse the 200-point mark. Good job by WaveRunners to try and buy as much time as possible.
And finally, MRob has come back just in time for this P3, looking for the rotations. And look, that's a kill in the back of the map. WaveRunners have the hill now, and they're rotating over toward next. So this is huge. That is the exact momentum shift that they needed in this. You have a 40-point deficit to kind of make up there, but MRob is back on the map. You have that 4v4. You're no longer at a disadvantage.
Definitely weird. Excuse me. Definitely weird that we didn't opt for a full map reset. However, maybe that was on the side of the WaveRunners as Jimbo really putting down the pressure onto Uzi, but very wisely bouncing back and forth behind that pillar as his teammate Defendant will be able to trade that one off. Now 45 seconds left remaining on this hill. Thor will pick up 1. He's on a 5-kill streak currently. He's got 1 more to his left. His teammates will clean up middle by the statue, and now Thor has asserted his way into the hard point. He is 21-13, along with Jimbo at 22-13. A powerful game between the two of them.
Yeah, and with the 6 streak for the side of Thor, that's going to be really close to the streak, so that could mean a lot, especially for some of these open hills. Not going to do much on P1, but I think 2, 3, 4. That's great to be able to have those streaks. I do think he falls before he can get them, though. That is very unfortunate. Oh, he did get one, so he will have the artillery, I'm pretty sure. But I mean, WaveRunners is already kind of back in it. It was 40 points down after about a hill and a half. They're only down 20. If you're Team Hustle, you can't let that happen.
Absolutely not. Again, 20-point lead absolutely dwindling away by the second for the side of Team Hustle, and in no small part to a 15 and 34 combined performance. Now make it 16 and 34 between Wish and Defendant. Definitely struggling, to say the least, as WaveRunners will eclipse the lead with this hard point, as Arasto will try to break in and stop it, but nothing doing. Big trades back and forth for the blue team on your right. WaveRunners looking primed and ready to continue. As currently, they have now eclipsed by 10 points and then some, as we will go back to P2 for the third time here. And again, looking already like, even though Team Hustle having the initial rotational advantage, we haven't seen them be able to hold it against the side of the WaveRunners, and I'm sure we'll see a mirroring of that here for the third rotation.
Yeah, man, it's just the instant, bro. Sure, they have the early guy there, that top PD, the flash kind of in his own face, but Vincenzo does not care, as he does pick up that kill. And that's going to be the clear for the side of WaveRunners, is all of the people that were there for Team Hustle are dead. WaveRunners are in the hill, and they can win it here, which would be absolutely brutal if you're Team Hustle. Since Imrob joined, I think they've only got about 20 points, and they were up 40 at that time. So that's a crazy run for the side of WaveRunners, as they're just killing anyone who tries to get onto this P2.
Absolutely. M-Rob is now 7 and 5. He's picked up 7 kills since he joined up late. Make it 8, make it 9 on a 5-kill streak. As he and his squad holds down P2, they can win on this hard point. Arasto trying to break in from the front. Uzi will die as well. This is all she wrote. The WaveRunners will come back and win one of the weirdest hard points that I've seen in a long time, by a scoreline of 250 to 186, and that has to be demoralizing for the side of Hustle.
It was about 160 to 120, and in the favor of Team Hustle. Imrob comes back off of the top rope, and WaveRunners win 250 to 186. That blows my mind, honestly.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't even know if I have a phrase for that other than that's tough. That's not where you want to be for the side of Hustle, is they only managed to put up about 20 points on the board after MRob was able to join back. And again, that's probably what we would have seen the entirety of the hard point if all 4 players would have remained. But WaveRunners doing a good job and putting themselves on the front foot here in the first map, as they will extend the lead currently 1-0, as we have S&D on Moscow coming up. We have a Moscow repeat here, and if you're Team Hustle, now's about the best time to try and kick it into high gear and attempt to steal one from the very heavily favored WaveRunners here.
Yeah, especially after that. I mean, I'm like 98% sure Imrob came back and outslayed Defendant.
It was really close. It was close.
It was really close. And that's after being gone for almost, I'm not sure exactly how long it was in game, but he was gone for a while.
Basically a full rotation, I think. Yeah, basically a full rotation. He lagged out. Oh, and that's actually exactly correct. He lagged out right at the beginning of P3 during the first set of rotations, and then joined back during P3 of the second set of rotations. So he was gone for a full 4 hills rather, and it was able to come back and double up positive, I believe, almost at 9 and 5 during that second set, or that third set of rotations rather.
Yeah, and that's absolutely insane. Like, he literally did come back. RKO out of nowhere. Feels bad for Team Hustle. That's some crazy momentum. Like, you instantly saw the momentum shift as soon as he spawned back in. it was WaveRunners' game. They were not going to lose it. They broke P3, held it for the last 20 seconds, had P4, right back to P1, and then they won. They literally won it off that 3-4, 1-2. Team Hustle only had a couple contests, and that was really it.
Definitely not where you want to be if you are a fan of the Hustle squad over on the left. And 0-3 is definitely an accurate representation of how their season has went so far, especially including the map counts as well. 0-3 across the board, across all 3 modes. They have not won a map quite yet, as they're looking to do that potentially as we go into the Moscow S&D here before too long. Is honestly, this is tough. I keep using that phrase, but truthfully, this is tough. I don't know how to even formulate it in a way that Hustle can bring it back after a lackluster performance like that.
Yeah, it feels bad, man. Honestly, I mean, got smoked as soon as Imrob came back. I mean, that's just to be completely honest, they got smoked. The score line, I don't think the score is that close if he doesn't lag out. But luckily, you get another chance on the map. Not quite the hard point, but Team Hustle. WaveRunners just proved that they can outgun you. Try to outstrat them, please. Get that first map win on the season right here on this Search and Destroy.
They need it in a big way, as Team Hustle will start off on the offensive. Arasto will be the designated demolitions expert for the side of Team Hustle, as they will take this bomb very quickly over to A. Vincenzo snagging the first blood, but will immediately get traded off. Now 2 in favor of Team Hustle. Immediate numbers advantage to the orange squad. Now a 1v3 for the late hardpoint joiner of Mrob. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, so this is going to be really big. Their setup, he has to get the retake, which is not good. He is unable to get the kill there. They played it exactly how they needed to. Team Hustle off with a hot start into the Search and Destroy. And they win the offense there, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So I know that last map that you saw, we saw a bunch of offensive trades.
Yep, correct.
There's no way that we see that happen again. I mean, we might actually. I expect WaveRunners to come off hot, but it's really crazy to see how well offensive rounds are being played in this game.
Agreed, as those offenses so pivotal, especially as the game gets deeper into it, as Hustle will take that first round due to a very, very solid taking of A, as now very aggressively they push, as Wish on your screen gonna preliminarily fire a little too early, as Arasto only one able to get a kill. Now Defendant will snag a second for the round. Now a 2v1, Thor will put this bomb down, or at least try to fake it for the moment, trying to draw out Defendant due to that sound cue. But oh my, Defendant taking a second. Will he make it a third? No. WaveRunners very, very narrowly escaping a crazy clutch play from Defendant, as they will even up the round count.
Yeah, and that was really big for Imrob to kind of clutch up that round for his team. You had the 2v1. If Team Hustle pulls that out, that's big momentum for them to go up 2-0 and off of a 1v2 like that for their side. But like I said, Imrob clutches up. Big from him. Wasn't able to do it in the 1v3, but does finish out that last little 1v1 gunfight. Wasn't pretty, but he was able to do it. Doesn't look like we're just going to get a straight A again. Maybe going to mess around with mid-map, but there are 2 players from WaveRunners right here able to snip it out, but they both get fried there. 1 player does go down. That's going to be Wish for the side of Team Hustle, but it's just B Jimbo in a 1v3 situation. Yet again, Team Hustle's headed toward B.
Yeah, it was a very solid middle hit from the side of Team Hustle. They sent all 4 and played their trades very well, as Jimbo now again stuck between a rock and a hard place with 3 members of Team Hustle alive. We saw earlier how difficult it is to retake this B bomb site without the numbers advantage. Let's see if Jimbo can do the impossible. Will creep around the corner and get tagged up by Uzi. The Ego Chow imminent, and he will get cut down from Uzi there, as Hustle be able to snag their second round here. And again, nothing but offensive trades so far throughout the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, it looked like B Jimbo actually had the trick in hands there. That's not exactly what you want to have kind of in that situation, especially on that B bomb site. On the A side, it's a little bit easier to take individual 1v1s, where it is going to be a lot better. But on that B bomb site, the like close quarters, you're inside. It'd be nice to kind of pick up that sub, or I mean, honestly, try to pull out the pistol, two tap him with that little crack crack, and see what you can do. But we got the A push again from WaveRunners, seeing if they can do it successfully, because they did. Yeah, okay, so there's first blood. That's really big, as he just like slides through and chows that guy who's laying down on bomb.
With the bomb, no fear from the man Vincenzo as he slides right into the DMs of two different players, putting them down along with some help from MRob, as you will now watch over the Eskies area, pretty much the only open section of the map as of current, but Uzi, very wisely, will flank all the way around. I mean, in a 1v4, we're oh so close to a perfect offensive round from WaveRunners. Let's see what Uzi can do with the entire blue squad facing his direction. Surely here he will get called out by Jimbo, but some timing going to be his benefactor, but only for so long. The WaveRunners again will cement the 4th round in their 2nd offense here. As we move into round number 5, again, Hustle. They need to take this offense here if they're going to try to continue to play even with this WaveRunner squad.
Yeah, so we're seeing the offensive trades again, honestly, which is completely different from last year. We saw a bunch of defensive trades. It was usually first one to win an offense wins the map, but I mean, this game is looking like first one to win the defense wins the map. We're going to head into round 5 right here, and it's going to be WaveRunners on the defensive side. And if I think anyone can win this defense, it's going to be WaveRunners. They're pretty solid. They kind of got caught off guard with that little mid-map hit. As you can see, Thor's not going to push as far up. He's going to kind of hold the corner, but it looks like a team nade. That is very unfortunate, as someone else is going to fall too. That's a 2v4 situation. Team nade is not what you want when you're trying to bounce back on the defense.
Absolutely painful to say the least, immediately putting the numbers advantage in favor of Team Hustle as they bully their way into this A-bomb site, and a very solid A site setup from the side of Team Hustle, to say the least, is now Jimbo and Thor. A 2v4 here to retake the A site is Wish playing oh so carefully in this left corner. Jimbo might just creep out. We'll be able to do it and pick up one, as Uzi will play the trade onto Thor. Now a 1v3, but with only 15 seconds left, Jimbo pretty much without a chance here, as he will try to play the kills and will get cut down. Team Hustle again taking an offensive round, and they're trying their damnedest to stay in this game.
Yeah, so with being able to win the first, I mean, WaveRunners is going to have to do something. They're going to have to eventually string two together in order to win, because if not, we're going to... So I guess it would go to that last round. But it looks like kills are going to be on the side of Team Hustle right now, too. So yeah, they're going to have it. So WaveRunners, you're going to have to string two together, because even if you just even trade all the way through, Hustle's still going to have the kill advantage. And I guess they'd have defense, though, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that actually is what I was saying, is what I'm thinking is that, honestly, if your Team Hustle, if you make it to around 11, I mean, you might want to start team killing or something with the way we've seen these offenses go to ensure that you get the offense for round 11. However, with that being said, Team Hustle able to snag the first blood for this defense, now a 3v4, and they're traversing towards B.
Yeah, and we get the B hit. It's always nice to see them a little bit fresh. MRob does get the kill there, able to pick it up. That's going to be a 3v3 situation with this bomb. Not quite down yet, but I mean, those shots mid-map, that's absolutely great. All up to defend it. He's in a 1v2, very doable. It can be done. I've seen it done. We've all seen it done. He's going to chow that. Not able to get out. He's going to run away, kind of reset, but he's got two players on. Oh, that is big.
No! Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. If he gets it with that pistol, that's nasty. But that's the second time he wins his 1v1s. You got to give him that. He's won it twice. Anytime he's been in that 1v1 situation, he kind of clutches up for his team. So that's actually going to be, 3 on the round for him? Or maybe he didn't get that kill there. He at least did get shots into him. But big plays from MRob. Props to him, as he's making sure to clutch up in those really tight situations.
Yeah, picking up 3 kills that round indeed was MRob. He was 1-3 at the start of the last round, and now progressing him into the positive direction, not only in that round, but also in the total kill feed, is now pretty much everybody even, at least for the side of WaveRunners, is B Jimbo and Thor oh so close to that 500 split in kills and deaths, is the infamous K7 round Coming in now, it will be Team Hustle on the offense, still 4v4, trying a bit of a slow, methodical push to A here. Let's see who's the victor.
Yeah, so to win the defense on the round 7, shout out Kyle on production right now. But right now, honestly, back into the game, 3v2. Team Hustle does have it. Okay, evened up right there with that really big kill. Vincenzo gonna push him out. Defendant is the last one alive. He is 7-4. He's the one that you want alive for your team. Bomb is down though, so he's gonna have to either get the kills or make his way to that. WaveRunners aren't gonna let that. Oh, he does get the kill. Vincenzo, yeah, versus Defendant. That's huge actually. So he doesn't have the bomb. It looks like he's gonna play for the kill unless he can get this rotation. Vincenzo's just kind of. He's gonna batten down the hatches. He's gonna try to wait this out as Defendant is looking to move toward that bomb, maybe pick it up and get it planted.
Definitely a solid play from both sides here during the 1v1 as Defendant checking every possible angle that he could across the board, but Vincenzo will very wisely pop out the nade coming in as Defendant trying to chase the kill. He's gotta go, but very, very wise defensive play from the side of WaveRunners as they will string together the K7 round on that defense. And for a second time tonight, we see the first defense being won in that infamous round 7. WaveRunners looking primed and ready to potentially run away with the rest of this S&D as they go back to the offense here, looking to extend it to 5-3. Let's see what play call they make here, because that could be equally as important in ensuring that Hustle doesn't counter with a defensive win of their own.
Yeah, and as the old Comica tale goes, whoever wins round 7 wins the map. So let's see if WaveRunners can hold true here. If they win this offense, that's absolutely brutal. To Team Hustle. First blood does go to the side, but it's not traded. Okay, so he is going to be traded out 2v2. B-Jimbo's there to kind of spoil. All up to Uzi. Last one alive. Push him to the edge. I guess all his friends are dead. That is just going to be Thor and B-Jimbo. And they're going to look to rotate toward this B site to get the bomb down. Maybe a little bit easier to play those numbers when you have the advantage late planting on this B site.
Well, and especially with how tight and confined that site is, so many angles of entry, and the more players you have, the more can be covered. Is really and truly the big play of that round was the 2-piece from Vincenzo, allowing the WaveRunners to be the beneficiaries of all of the trades that happened around that A site. Now Uzi slowly allowing time to tick away as we'll not see anybody quite yet. Of course, through that caster vision, we do see Thor. He does see his back poke out at least a bit, but nice heads-up defensive play from B-Jimbo as he will swing back around the corner and put Hustle down. They win not only round number 7, but also round number 8, and this deserved to be the best play. That was a huge 2-piece for the side of WaveRunners to really open up the map in their favor, as now we're looking to see them potentially string a second defense together here as Hustle. It's time to go. You got to win 3 in a row here.
Yeah, and the tide really did turn in the favor of WaveRunners when they won that round 7 defense. As I mean, they've just kind of taken control. Vincenzo with a huge play. Let's see if he can do it again. He's kind of rushing out there, trying to get to the bomb, playing a little heady on it, and see what you can do. He's going to get the information there from the nade. He's going to at least know that they're there. If it connected, but it was kind of really close to their feet, so I'm surprised that he's not. Maybe he doesn't want to challenge because he knows that Thor's in the back. This could be a really crazy pinch here.
Yeah, it really could be, as Thor now coming up the escalators. He will die, though, to Uzi, as Jimbo will be the winner of another big gunfight, and Mrob will take down Defendant, and just like that, similar situation to last round, Uzi left alive by himself against 3 of the members of the WaveRunners, and very wisely do they back all the way out. They know that with this numbers advantage, they can give him the bomb plant, but it will not matter. The body shots come in. WaveRunners taking a demanding second round.
Yeah, 6-3 in the search and destroy. Big plays by, I mean, really everyone on WaveRunners. Imrob had some like crazy clutches there to win the 1v1s. Vincenzo with a big 2-piece there. B-Jimbo, I mean, he's B-Jimbo, man. If you've ever watched a K7 League, you know how clutch he can be, and we saw it there with the gun skill. No, big. They're up 2-0 in the series. This new roster for WaveRunners is really, really looking nice.
It's looking nice, man. They are definitely in a good position to begin running up part of this league, especially the bottom half of it for sure. Is again, WaveRunners did not get schedule blessed, to say the least, within the first 3 weeks. They did play some of the topper, the higher teams in their division throughout the first 3 weeks. Is now with that new roster a sort of new breath of life, a breath of fresh air for the side of WaveRunners. Is my goodness, they are stomping a mud hole in Hustle right now.
Yeah, and we get to go to Raid. I love Raid, and it's so cool to me still that this map was made years ago. It is probably, in my opinion, the best control map in the game.
Oh, it's absolutely the best control map in the game. I don't even think it's arguable, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't think of one actually that you would argue for, because again, it's that you see the square. The squares work. Come on, Call of Duty. It just makes square maps. I promise they work. Make a couple crazy ones, throw them in pubs. Cool, whatever. But give us some squares. We love squares.
We do love squares here at K7, and I'm sure the competitive players playing in this match love the square maps as well. It typically makes it a lot more equal for both the offense and defensive side, which tends to be what we see in control on Raid. So typically one of the more even flow maps, as both offense and defense extremely pivotal to take a win there. We are going to be hopping into Raid control here very shortly. The map is loading up. Trevor, do we see WaveRunners close it off here, and by how much of a margin?
I think honestly they're probably going to smoke Team Hustle here. We saw the respawn. The only reason it was close was because WaveRunners played a 3v4 for a full rotation. That's tough. It like you said, the only word that you could really say is that's tough. So we're gonna get right into this Raid. We get to see this nice, pretty little loading screen. Looking at that nice. Oh, that's a pretty waterfall.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, by the way, DesignByYou for making these map transitions, as we love everything that you guys do, as well as compiling the intro for us as well. You guys do a phenomenal job at what you do. Raid CDL control coming up right now, as Hustle going to start on the offense, which truthfully is a good sign for the side of Hustle. If you're going to do this now, then an offense is going to be oh so important to win right off the break, and we see a full 4-man B hit from the side of Team Hustle. I like it.
Yeah, I really like it too, but that first guy, then the second guy get roasted at stairs there.
I don't like it anymore.
Run away. As 3 do go down, Uzi picks up 1, but then he falls again. They didn't even make it to Tiki as they do fall all right by that little stairwell. Rosto's going to get onto the A point, trying to get something done, but man, just instantly fried. Imrob and Thor, 5 kills total. You got 3 for the side of Team Hustle so far. It's not looking good.
It's not. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. They all fall down for the side of Team Hustle, as that is almost a second full team wipe and then some from the side of the WaveRunners. They have only forfeited 4 lives here to the 11 that have already been lost from Team Hustle. Make it 12, as now WaveRunners continuing to run away with this. Erasto, nice 2-piece there, but is it too little too late, as him and Defendant now try to make assault on this A bot, or this A site rather, as the first third will come in. Very smart from MRob to back up and let V Jimbo do some work towards middle, as he will cut off those players. Vincenzo will pick up 1, MRob taking another along with his teammate. It is looking tough for the side of Team Hustle, but again, very, very close to the buzzer, are able to make it in, but contested and wiped immediately for the side of the WaveRunners.
I love the play from Thor. He sat pushed up, forcing the spawns toward A for the whole game. Hasn't fallen. He got those 2 early and then just sat there. Didn't do anything. 15 seconds left on the clock. Rotates to their spawn. Shoots him in the back. Thor did not die. He is immortal. He is a god. No, but he did kind of bring the hammer onto that little pinch there at the end. Big heads up play by him to just sit there, hold, force the spawns to the A side. WaveRunners played a 3v4 for the entirety of that map, and Team Hustle got 1 tick.
Yeah, that's That's tough. It's your K7 dictionary word of the day is tough. Because goodness gracious, WaveRunners demanding lead to say the least. Let's see if that transfers over to offense as we see a full 4B hit from WaveRunners. Nobody from the side of Team Hustle going down the pool stairs. A fatal mistake because now all of Bravo is in full control of the WaveRunners. Arasto has to try and pick up some kills on this flank. Will be able to pick up one and take down a trophy. But now WaveRunners are aware of his position. Big kills from Team Hustle, though, as they will take 3. But allowing MRob to sneak into the spawn is not a good position either.
Oh, not at all, because he can absolutely fry those people. Unable to get that one, though. Wish does kind of take him down. But Vincenzo's at a 10-3 stat line. You love to see it. And he's on A right now, so he's just kind of getting there. Rafa with the big play. That was a big flank. I absolutely love to see the flank and spake come out, especially when it's something like that. You're able to pick up the 2-piece and kind of even the odds a little bit. So we got a minute left. There's been a tick of progression at B. Nothing on A so far for WaveRunners. As they're going to look to maybe push mid-map here. I'm not sure what they're trying to go for here. Maybe push up in the spawn, get some kills, hold them out kind of like you did last time. It worked very well on the defense. So let's see what they can get on the offense as there are going to be a couple players on to B.
A 3-to-1 split for the side of the WaveRunners over towards B. Now make it a full 4B assault as the first 2/3 will tick. Now the third will finish off as B has been secured by the side of WaveRunners. And just like that, look at how close the lives remaining are getting as well. At one point, it was 27-20 in favor of Team Hustle. Now mitigated down to a 2 live discrepancy. Now make it 3. Vincenzo will drop, make it 4, make it 5 for the side of Team Hustle. But the name of the game is control the points. Let's see if WaveRunners can do that up on the spawn. Good defensive positioning here from Team Hustle to try and counteract it.
Yeah, so they've done exactly what they needed to do. They kind of killed them out of their spawn, turned around, and they're holding 8. There's only one spot that WaveRunners really needs to go, but Thor just comes through and absolutely he's rocking heads right now, dude. As he's able to kind of pick him up off the heady. We are going to have a couple players onto A, so those progressions are going to come in just a little bit faster. Jimbo with a great spot there to be able to get that kill as he's kind of hopping down. That's huge as Rosto on the big flank again. That's twice that he's done that. He did not pick up the second that time. Jimbo was aware. He knows what's going on this time. Vincenzo, just a little dagger right there with those last couple kills. WaveRunners are up 2-0 in the control. They have to win one more defense, which, by the way, they played perfectly.
Pretty much flawlessly.
3v4. Yeah. They played that whole defense 3v4 aside from the break-off. And they won it with only one tick of progression happening. I would like to see them run the exact same strat.
We will see if that comes to fruition here for the side of the WaveRunners, as I'm sure that they have absolutely zero plans of changing up how they play defense from the last round. Is again taking a look at the scoreboard over on your left side. Team Hustle struggling in the kills category to say the least. 3 members of them almost double negative as we've defended in at 5 and 10, Uzi at 5 and 11. Wish 2 deaths away from double neg as well, but we'll put a kill in that first column, at least for the moment. Is again, though, Team Hustle, very slow start. We're not even able to touch A throughout the first wave as WaveRunners 2 live advantage. And now with less than a minute in this third round, Team Hustle's got to get going.
Yeah, they 4-stacked and couldn't even get to the point. Same thing, but on the opposite side of the map that happened last time. I guess they did touch it, but they were instantly killed off of it. Vincenzo is just playing spoiler to anything that they're trying to do. He's absolutely frying right now at 17 and 6. 17 and 7 as he does fall right there. But I mean, you're going to see the nades. Big recovery here. Team Hustle trying to do all that they can do. They're going to stack a couple onto this B side, hoping to get a tick. As WaveRunners are going to kind of come across and just absolutely stop it. As Vincenzo, again, going big.
Absolutely frying is the side of the WaveRunners, as it was a nice counter play from the side of Team Hustle. They knew they had lost A control, so they tried to very quickly hit B, and on the back of Arasto, were able to at least assure that first third of the B site. But again, Looking at how little time is left, the WaveRunners looking to put the foots on the throats of Team Hustle, and doing a damn good job of it is B Jimbo. He's on a 3-kill streak, almost 20-11 right now, popping the 360 and pulling out the Diamatti, but not able to take another kill, as Bravo will tick in favor of Team Hustle, at least for the moment. But M-Rob could be your player to watch as he's hitting the flank towards bedroom. Will they allow it to be finished off here for the B site? No. M-Rob, big flank. You see the pitch coming in, but that A site switch for the side of Team Hustle, if you're looking at it from the WaveRunners, you can play kills here and honestly let them have A.
Yeah, I mean, Vincenzo almost falls off the map there. That'd been really funny to see. So, Team Hustle does get A, but Vincenzo is...
Good God!
You gotta kill all of them, basically. Oh, my God. I think Thor was able to get one of them, but Vincenzo had him either way, man. So, I mean, there's only 3 lives left. It's a 3v6-15 right now. You were able to get one if you're a Rasto there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this might be one of the quickest matches I've watched in K7 history, as now Team Hustle has dwindled down to 2 lives remaining. Nice shots from Uzi there as he will be able to pick up Vincenzo, but again, the weight of the world on their shoulders with very shaky knees, to say the least, for the side of Team Hustle, is now they have at least mitigated it to a 2v13, but with only 20 seconds left on the board, it is pretty much over. M-Rob going to cement that home as he picks up 1, tries to make it the second, but Uzi will trade that off. Now a 1v12, and honestly, this has been textbook from the side of the WaveRunners.
I think if I'm Uzi, I just jump off the map.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
Because I mean, we might.
They're going
see
for the assassination.
Yeah, they're going for the assassination.
They're going 2.
Oh, they punched him in the face either way. We actually did see 2 assassinations on raid yesterday. Fun fact on the control. One was to end the round, and one was in the middle of the next round. So it's happened. We saw 2 in one round within like 30 seconds of each other. But either way, man, WaveRunners, they just smoked Team Hustle. Team Hustle unable to get away from that donut, as they don't even win a map here against this WaveRunners squad. We did see a little bit of hope in that hard point, but I don't know if we really did, because it was a 3v4 for a long time, and they only got to a 40-point lead with a whole extra dude on the map. So if you're WaveRunners, you just smoked them. Team Hustle, yikes.
It's time to go back to the drawing board for the side of Team Hustle, and I don't want you guys to think that we're dogging them on purpose. No, truthfully, the casters want to see as good a Call of Duty as possible, because that's when we flourish as well. I would love to see Team Hustle be able to bring this back, but currently dropping to an 0-12 map count here. That is absolutely abysmal, as WaveRunners will increase their match record to 1-3, putting them firmly in the driver's seat of the bottom 3 of those teams, being WaveRunners, Knights Templar, and Team Hustle, as they improve to 5-9 in map count, and Team Hustle again dropping to 0-12. Not what you want to see if you are on the bottom of the bracket, but you got to go back to the drawing board. I don't know what they need to do. Maybe go over some intense film sessions or something, but goodness gracious, Team Hustle has just not had the winning energy throughout the entirety of the first 4 weeks of the league.
Yeah, and speaking of the league, we can go ahead and take a look at the schedule as we can kind of see who's on the board for tomorrow. We're going to have Knights Templar versus Finale at that 8 p.m. slot, and then Rated White will be taking on Heartbreakers at 10 p.m.
Which I'll be there for.
Ooh, Shifty on the mic again. Let's hear it. Yeah, so if we can actually look at next week too, because we are just about done with this week. One more day left here. We're gonna see what's going on next week. Yeah, okay, so it's right here in front of us. Shifty, what map? I want to see how WaveRunners actually do against, who is that? Valiant there?
Yes, it will be a hell of a match. Tuesday night at 10 p.m. We've got some marquee bangers for interdivisional week next week. Week number 5 will be the first time that teams from Division A will get a chance to match up against teams from Division B. What I will be hyped to see is all of the 10 o'clock matches. Valkyrie and Knights Templar, Hyped Esports versus Rated White, Monolithic and Natural Talent, and WaveRunners versus Valiant. We have some real bangers coming in at the 10 o'clock hour all next week. It's going to be a blast, and you will see me there for at least some of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what days I'm on the slate for, but I know that I typically lean toward those 10 p.m. So Shifty, maybe another reunion on the mic. So that'll be really nice. Is there anything else that you want to touch on before we round this out here?
No, I mean, honestly, that was an absolute dominant showing from the side of the WaveRunners. It's nice to see them hit a groove with their new roster, and we'll see if they can continue said groove into next week, as we will be back tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel, 8 p.m. with, can we throw the schedule up one more time for week 4, Mr. Comica? Beautiful. We will have Knights Templar and finale going on at 8 p.m. And then again, Rated White versus the Heartbreakers. That's going to be a hell of a match as well on Thursday at 10. So we will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with Knights Templar and Finale Gaming. Thank you to our partners from K7, Innovative Gear, Rogue Energy, GetGudHosts, DesignedByYou, so many other companies that make this league what it is. Shout out to Trevor for joining me tonight on the cast. Always a fun time. And shout out to Comica for running the production. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and we will see you here tomorrow at 8 p.m.